Gaslight or gaslighting is a definition for or to manipulate someone by psychological means into doubting their own sanity. Okay? The Bahamas government is guilty of gaslighting its citizens. Okay? They have used psychological trauma and depression, mental disorder, okay, activities, in my humble opinion, to further promote their gaslighting situation. Okay? So when you put gas and light together, you got gaslight. And that is the corruption in governments. Okay? To hold on to power. Psychologists use the term gaslighting to refer to a specific type of manipulation where the manipulator is trying to get someone else or a group of people to question their own reality, their own memory, their own perception, okay, their own sanity. Okay? These are the facts. Okay? The people are now knowledgeable about their natural resources. So the so-called status quo, that are a bunch of murderers because they're a bunch of thieves, and that's because they're a bunch of liars. Okay? They have lost this so-called silent war that the majority of the Bahamian people have been experiencing in our entire independent, so-called independent development. Okay? Now, they want us to leave, and we're going to leave. A lot of us, they want to be silent. You want to silence us, then either you kill us or you pay us to move on. But we will not leave empty-handed from our nation. We will not be silent in our nation, where everyone in the world, relative to the West, Great Britain and America, okay, all persons from all over the world can come to my country and get rich, but we can't even buy food. It is a disgrace. Okay? Yeah, mommy was here. She ran out because Karen was off. Karen just come back on. Okay? What is gaslighting and how do you know if it's happening to you? It's an unfortunate reality that happens in personal relationship and by public figures to the people they serve. Okay? It's unfortunate that the ungodly child molesters, okay, refuses of real support for their patriarch and matriarchs. Okay, the money under the table, the so-called salary, the whatever they get to be quiet. Okay, these public officials, okay, who have ruined relationships, okay, who have caused relationships to be seen in a negative light today. Recognizing that you yourself or someone you care about might be in a gaslight tango. It's not always as straightforward as it might seem. Okay? All right? All right? And so, some people say, oh, come on now. I never said that. You're just being overly sensitive. Okay? I don't know why you're making such a big deal out of this, quote unquote. Okay? These are some of the gaslighting tactics they're going to begin to tell us. Okay? For it's a cultural mindset also, so it's used culturally. So they were the ones who were spreading the negative reaction or actions and in respect to how the people ought to act towards each other. It was the psychologists, okay, that the government of the Bahamas, the Progressive Liberal Party as a government and the Free National Movement as a government have used their psychologists, okay, their knowledge of this, okay, to keep the Bahamian people subdued and subservient. They have used gaslighting to contravene, intervene, prosecute, and persecute yours truly, Amos Jr. Miller. And everything they have done to me, they have done to the Bahamian people. And I am not prepared. I am not going to allow for them to get away with interfering with my fundamental rights and freedoms as a Bahamian citizen, sovereign individual, by using gaslighting and any red herring, any kleptocracy, darkness that they are specialists in, okay? Psychologists use the term gaslighting to refer to a specific type of manipulation where the manipulator is trying to get someone else or a group of people to question their own reality, okay? Their own memory, their own perception. Now, as it relates to reality is the SUN sun creates all the natural resources on the face of the earth. Memory serves me correctly. No scientist, psychologist could tell me it ain't so. Okay? And this is at least 99.99% the perception. Okay? At least for the last 9 years, this has been my journey to bring forth this type of knowledge in regards to the kleptocracy men that are in our government. We cannot continue as a society, as a nation, as a country, as a global player in the geopolitics of things with these kind of murderers in our government playing games with your jobs, playing games with the light, playing games, making foreigners rich, playing games, making foreigners citizens. These people, whatever the reason why Linden and the group of men were brought or caused to come before a commission of inquiry tribunal, it paled in comparison to what should be happening to the Free National Movement as a government today and the Progressive Liberal Party as a party and how they have governed our country and the disastrous situation our countrymen and women find ourselves in. Okay, this is your dateline. Okay? Now, as it relates to foreign countries like Great Britain and America, NBC, okay, should Amos Jr. Miller love any Fortune 500 Fortune 500 company in America more than I like or love myself, or any corporation outside of the Bahamas in Great Britain? Should I love any of them more than I love my company, no matter how small it is? Okay? Now, for 9 years, plus at least, I'm just using at least from 2010 to the present, okay? Wicked dogs, beasts of human beings have used their power outside of the country. Big time companies have used their money to try humiliate and discredit by humiliating, persecution through all of this gaslighting garbage. Now they expect for me to be afraid of them and leave my country so some fool can kill me in some foreign country and my life go like the 2 Bahamian lives that were lost in Italy, in Paris, in Italy, wherever they died. No, y'all a bunch of murderers. Okay? I was born in Nassau, Bahamas. You need to kill me. You can come here and get your job done. Because listen to me. There is only one God. And far as I'm concerned, there is no human being on the face of the earth who ever lived, any mother or any father, could ever tell Amos Jr. Miller, could ever come close to equating to the S-U-N Son. Respect the creator, the sustainer, okay, of the universe. The S-U-N Son is Yahweh. The S-U-N Son is the Jesus, the Christ, the Yeshua, the yesterday, today, and forever. The light of this world, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last of humanity could ever dream to comprehend the glory of the most important thing it causes us to have. And it's called A-I-R. Air. Now, all of the mothers and fathers that had to sell their bodies, okay, for their children to be here today. I don't care how old they are now. They might be the elders in the church today, okay? The occupiers of the government officials' offices, the official offices in our country. Either which way, the Bahamian sovereign of this country has now reached a place in our development, in our lives, where we will either live or we will either die for the truth. And the truth is, no one can tell the Bahamian individual about their own reality. No one can question the memory of a collective society, okay, and or their perception on how things are going with their individual lives as relates to international and national and global laws. Okay? No one can take advantage of the Bahamian people like this. Okay? You turn off the light for 3, 4, 5 hours as long as you like. Because why? Most of the people, or the little minority that has the power to do this to the majority of the people, can afford to own a generator and have solar on their homes. I'm not going to be a part of murdering my own people just so I can eat. Now, I am saying to the Bahamian people, y'all have heard your leader. Y'all have heard the leader. Now, all y'all need to do is just choose this time around and stop being jealous, stop being envious, stop being stupid, stop being ugly, and stop being silly. They're the acronyms for Jesus. Okay? We need to stop it. Okay? The so-called educated among us is who have created a plan of demise for us and have used my mother, your mother, my father, your father, my sister, your sister, my brother, your brother, my family, your family. They have used us as neighbors against neighbors, friend against friend, husband against wives, wives against husband. They have even thrown in whatever it took for some of us to live a whoring, lying, stealing, murdering of relationships type of life. That's a problem. That's what headline is all about. Stress disorder. This is what brings about stress disorder. So how could you tax the people? Okay? 7.5%. After they told you, we do not want no tax. Okay? We don't want no gambling. You tax the gambling people, okay? A charge, and then you come back and take more from them. You just keep taking and taking and taking. You families in this country who have done this in the name of the government or so-called in the name of your party, you are now before the light of the world, and you are now being exposed internationally, globally, and nationally by the sovereign of sovereigns, the light of lights, the spirit of all spirit. Because Amos Jr. Miller ain't your friend, okay? And I ain't never gonna be your friend. Now, y'all are occupying offices. Your time is up. I need y'all out before we start promoting treason, and the treason y'all have committed by using these darkness to imprison the Bahamian people, such as Amos Jr. Miller and others who have spoken up for years. And y'all try to make us believe, to make me believe, get me to take y'all dirty medicine, okay? After y'all then send and sentence us for your so-called evaluation. Nowhere near you're going for evaluation, but you can kind of stop the doctors from and nurses them from giving you pills that some pharmaceutical company in America or Europe or in Great Britain somewhere, because it definitely wasn't made in the Bahamas, okay? And you'll have these doctors pushing these pharmaceutical pills on the Bahamian people, gaslighting them, just doing a bunch of absolute garbage and nonsense so y'all can get away with the natural resources of this country. Now, y'all have companies like Atlantis taking people, the licensed vendors' equipment off the beach in the darkness of the night. What is, and then y'all want to talk about the illegal immigration that companies like Atlantis hires, okay? Atlantis hires them. They're on the beach. Every year, every spring, every summer, the illegal immigrants, most of them are on the beach. They don't look like illegal immigrants. Okay? So the white people in this country have been given a long time to reach the level where they are as relates to finance monies and how much money they have, how much land they have. What have the Bahamian people been given? You have a prime minister on record say he's going to give the people land in the south, in the southeast, in the Maikal area, in the area where they know my parents and grandparents are from. What could that do for Amos Jr. Miller? When you know you don't like me, you will never give me a piece of land with my name on it. And furthermore, your government along with the former government have taken, used the courts, used the banks, used lawyers, used doctors, used your institutions, okay, to take away, okay, everything that I have worked for as a young man. That is like dust or dirt to compare with what y'all have achieved in this world in terms of glory. Huh? I didn't hate on y'all. I didn't even know y'all. Y'all then come, Perry Christie and Ingram, y'all two sons, y'all children was once persons who I sat next with and called themselves my friend. And then at the end of the day, all y'all were doing were trying to get as much information from Amos Jr. Miller, Willis Miller grandson, so y'all can bring harm to Amos Jr. Miller and consequently harm the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I condemn your plan. I will continue to condemn your plan. And as long as I live, I will demand justice. I will demand justice or war. Okay? I demand justice. There will never be no peace, not in this country, not for no politicians, not for no status quo. Hell will freeze over before Amos Jr. Miller allow families in this country to fool the majority of people talking absolute garbage But you love this country. You believe in Bahamians. It's a matter of trust, only a matter of time. All this absolute garbage. A new day. Where is the new day? With bodies floating. Dead bodies all over Abaco, especially in the mud. Did not Amos Jr. Miller tell y'all to get these people to please stay home and or look at your environment and do what the so-called Bahamian people were saying? Get decent homes and decent the people with decent homes. Homes was flooded. Why? Because you only have drain off for the water in the rich people area. Okay? That's why the rich people house don't get flood. Okay? Because they spend the money to make sure the water drains away from these people's house. But it drains away from their house, and they must be let it drain down in the areas where the common poor people live. That's your plan. You were only waiting, you Free National Movement government, okay? Bahamas two-party system form a government of the country, Progressive Liberal Party. That's your plan, to keep allowing these illegal immigrants to come into this country, to work for white people, foreigners. The majority of those people living on those foreign, in those family islands, having work done, work that are being done by illegal immigrants for foreigners, knowingly by white and black Bahamians. All of y'all have allowed these people to come in over a matter of time, over a matter of years, to steal, okay? Lying, stealing, and murdering the Bahamian people for your own gratification, greedy, envious, hoggish, doggish, beastly action. And this is the word of the day from the 13th star. And all of you pastors, especially you black pastors who have allowed this absolute garbage to carry on in this country, I curse y'all. I curse your generation. In the name of Yahweh, Elohim, S-U-N, Sin, Universal, Almighty.